We just got even more news for the full release of Baldur's Gate 3. Swen got interviewed in the show Dropped Frames, and he revealed the release time of the game, talks about the M mode and expansions, and rolling full stats won't be in the game. And of course, I'll leave a link to the full interview down below. But I do want to remind you, I have a giveaway going on, where I give away 2 copies of the full game. The giveaway ends on August 1st, and all you have to do is subscribe, go to my giveaway video, like it, and let me know there why you want to win this game. The other giveaway is on my Twitter, and I'll leave a link to that giveaway in the description and pinned comment. Okay, so first up, Swen and the team wanted to release the game at midnight, but Steam asked them to do the normal release time. Because with their latest release, they crashed the Steam servers, and the Steam team needed to be awake to support this. Which is kinda amazing and funny if you ask me. So the release time now is 10 AM Pacific, so 7 PM CEST for my fellow European friends. He also revealed that the new download is basically a full reinstall of the game, so it doesn't matter whether you have early access installed or not, because everyone needs to download the full 150GB package. Swen isn't sure whether preloading will be a thing, but if they can do it, they will. Sadly for old school Baldur's Gate fans out there, rolling for stats didn't make it into the full game. This is because they had to scrap certain features to be able to release the game this year, and this was one of them. Whether this will be available later with an update is still not confirmed. One other question was whether we could see DLCs and expansions for this game, and Swen revealed they are mostly just working on finishing the game right now. They are also currently working on their next project already, which is how it goes in game development. But he didn't flat out say no though, only that they have currently no plans for this and just want to update the game first with patches and hotfixes. Next up, a highly requested feature is that you can switch characters in dialogue. And sadly, this is also not coming. The person who initiated the conversation is the only one who can make the choices. And you cannot borrow the modifiers from other party members. You can still use guidance from Shadowheart for example for a bonus to your rolls. And if you play co-op with other players, they can suggest choices to pick, so there is a voting system. They also talked about the M mode, and this was an interesting answer. And they said it's most likely not coming. So we know for sure it isn't coming at release, or maybe not at all, but since it's most likely, there's still a very small chance it could come later. But again, it's a very small chance, so I wouldn't count on it. Because even if we have the tools, it's a lot of work to create something, Swen revealed. And they just want to focus now on, again, finishing the game. Swen also answered a question about the Steam Deck, which many players were wondering if it will get Steam Deck verified. And here he revealed something great. He confirmed they are working to get it Steam Deck verified, but aren't sure if it will be possible on release day. But he also said they aren't far off anymore, so it's likely coming soon after launch. Next up is more information about multiclassing and respeccing. Okay, so in dialogue you have certain choices that are unique to you if you picked a certain class. But when you multiclass, those other options also will pop up. So, for example, if you will pick a Warlock and a Sorcerer, you now get both access to the Warlock dialogue choices as well as the Sorcerers. Now about respeccing. Swen revealed you'll be able to respec everything, even origin characters. But for the purpose of their story, the original class will still matter, like with Will being a Warlock since he has a patron. So, for example, you can make Gale a barbarian, but narratively he's still a wizard. And while this is a very cool choice and also to give player freedom, I love to keep them as their original classes since it will fit the narration of the story way more. But you can change it or multiclass them however you like. And for the next question, I won't reveal any spoilers, but one question was if you can talk to Boo, the hamster from Minsc, if you have the Speak with Animals spell. All Swen said that this will be a very special moment and that you have to find it out for yourself. So now I'm very curious what will happen. Swen also revealed to us that you can rob a bank in the game in multiple creative ways. He didn't go into details as there will be spoilers, but this sounds like a very challenging and fun thing to do in the game. The next bit of news is a bit sad, because the dodge and ready action won't be in the full game. They made this choice because they thought it was better, but they'll see whether this was a good choice with how fast mods will be made for those actions. I don't really care too much because they are situational, but it will be nice to have them in the full game of course. And maybe some of you are a bit sad that some features are not coming to the full game, but talking about modding, Swen did confirm there is lots of modding support coming after release. As I said before, they want to first hotfix and patch the release, because of course players will find bugs that they didn't find. So they first want to make the full game as steady as possible, and then they'll be adding mod support, so this is great news. The camp system also has been upgraded significantly, and now there are also a couple of danger zones, meaning you can't rest in certain dangerous areas. And this sounds exciting to me, because then you really have to manage your items and spell slots. These areas will be marked with red on the map. But in playtesting, some players were quite frustrated with how many they were, so they tuned it a bit down for the full release. But personally, I think it will be great to have more in the harder difficulty tactician mode, but no reveals on this so far. The next question was one that I sent in.
Kind of a more broad open-end development question. This is from Enzevil on Twitter. What was the hardest thing to make for you in the game? What was the thing that you most iterated on? And on the other side, what was surprisingly easy for you?
Swen revealed they worked on something very dark in the game during COVID, which was the hardest thing to create because of the circumstances. And the thing what was surprisingly easier was the city of Baldur's Gate, which they thought will be way harder. But this was easier because they didn't have the circumstances of the pandemic anymore. Swen also said the team was on the top of their craft and so well polished that they made the city of Baldur's Gate really great. Swen also shared something interesting here. He said he would recommend playing the origin characters as well as the Dark Urge on your second playthrough, and a character you can create yourself on your first playthrough. For the other origin characters, he thinks it's cooler to meet them as characters, get to know them, and once you finish the game, replay it with the camera through their eyes. And with the Dark Urge, you can miss out on a couple of cool things because of the things the Dark Urge can do, and it will be very cool to see on your older playthrough how this goes. Again, he says anything is fine and you can do whatever you want, but this is how he would recommend playing. But of course, as we know, Larian is all about player freedom, so they don't force you and lock the Origins characters or something else. But yeah, this is also how I wanna play the game, so I'm curious to see what will happen if I play the Dark Urge on my second playthrough. Last but not least, they revealed a funny new character called Naber, which is basically like the annoying fan from Oblivion. He is a descendant from a character from the previous games, and fans will recognize him. But instead, I will show you the new trailer they made for him. It's short but really funny, and he's acted and voice acted by the streamer Carnage. So yeah, I will show the trailer. So thank you all for watching, and don't forget the giveaway, links are down below, and enjoy the new trailer.
There's a character who's written to be intentionally incredibly annoying, and people who've played the original games will likely recognize certainly the line from which he's descended.
My name's Narber, adventurer to be, soon to be the best adventurer anyone's ever seen.
So the minute you meet him, he starts following you around, constantly pestering you. You can try and tell him to shut up and he just doesn't.
Happy birthday, dear. Now why would I do that? Oh, wow, that sounds awful. I don't think I want to sound like that.
So the game gives you an incredible amount of freedom. So if in real life you met Carnage in the street, you could decide to push him in the river. In the game, if you meet Carnage in the street, you could push him in the river.
Excuse me?
But you really shouldn't push Carnage into the river in real life.
Good job, I'm a strong swimmer. No drowning for me.
You can kill him and he still won't stop talking.
Why are you leaving me? I have so much